October 29th, 2025, Tanzania holds its general election. President Samia Suluhu Hassan is declared winner with 97.66 of the total votes. That is 97.66. Opposition leader Tundu Lissu calls it a sham. International observers, ballot stuffing, expulsion of observers, politically motivated abductions, and even a total internet blackout. But sure, 97.66 is totally legitimate. Sound familiar? We've seen this movie. It always ends the same way. I'm DY, and this is a Kenyan week that was. Over the next 8 episodes, we are going to do something uncomfortable but necessary. We're going to study the complete playbook. Move 1. Put the referees on your payroll. Tanzania's National Electoral Commission is appointed by the president. They decide who's on the ballot, who observes, and who gets hurt. Independent? You tell me. When the referee works for you, it's not an election. It's a performance. Move number 2. Cripple the opposition before election day. In the months before the vote, oppositions barred or detained, media squeezed, and protesters met with brutal force. The pattern is old. Remove the threat first, then count the votes. Move 3. Own the narrative. Election week saw widespread internet restrictions or blackout. Pro-government content floods the feeds. Today, you don't need to expel every journalist. You just need their stories to go nowhere. Move 4. Declare victory and ignore reality. Observers detailed irregularities, opposition's call foul, and the state rolls on. Inauguration, parade, and business as usual. Despite the fact that this time round in Tanzania, the president, who was absurdly voted by 97.66 of the total vote, was inaugurated at a military garrison. Wow. Why does this matter to every Kenyan? You see, instability jumps borders. Somalia under Said Barre, refugees. Ethiopia under Mengistu, famine and spillover. Uganda under Amin, trauma across the region. Kenya isn't immune. We've stared over the edge before. You know, the post-election violence, police brutality, IEBC controversies. Then, the 2010 constitution pulled us back. Institutions are paper unless they are actually defended. Every unpunished shooting, every attack on courts, every ethnic dog whistle actually tests the paper strength. This series isn't about them. It's a manual for spotting the pattern before it actually hardens. Samia Suluhu Hassan rose in 2021, promising reform. An early step suggested a thaw. Then came 2025, opposition sidelined, observers expelled, and internet completely shut down. And there were deadly crackdowns. And that 97 to 98 landslide, she didn't really invent the playbook. She just inherited it. You know, right now, the opposition figures are actually challenging the results. If they can, because their constitution doesn't even allow it. And guess who is on top? Who's the top judges in those courts? Those top judges ultimately owe their appointments to the presidency. And history tells us how that usually goes. Tanzania isn't a full dictatorship yet, but it is testing what it can get away with, while the region and the world actually are watching. And that's the decisive moment. This will be uncomfortable. You know, murder, theft, torture, even genocide. But knowledge is actually a vaccine. Recognize the early signs and the early patterns. You know, you push back before they actually harden. Kenya, defend your institutions. And Tanzania, for you, continue to resist the slide now. Don't wait for later. Dictators don't arrive fully formed. They test. And if nobody stops them, they actually escalate. You know, Amin tested, then killed 300,000 people. Mobutu tested, then stole billions. Masias tested, then killed a third of his people. It always starts small. No, a blackout, a burned rally, an arrested opponent. Then, before you know, all hell breaks loose. This series is your playbook to counter their playbook. I'm DY, and this is the Kenyan week that was. Next week, we dive deep on Idi Amin, the butcher of Uganda, and what Kenya can actually learn from him. So subscribe, share, but most of all, stay vigilant.